This is Nancy at Crohn's Intuition, and I wanted to do an oracle reading for the collective. And I am using the Healing Spirit Oracle by Gordon Smith. This was gifted to me by Amanda, Tropical Empress in Spirit, and I just absolutely love this deck. What I am using is a book that I have, a book of tarot spreads, and it is the Tarot Spreads Yearbook. 52 tarot spreads for getting to know yourself, and it is by Chelsey Pippin Mizzi, M-I-Z-Z-I, and it's illustrated by Cara Hudson, and I just love the spreads in this book. And the one that I chose because what I do in the autumn and winter time is that is a time for deep self-care for myself. And so I thought I would do this spread. The first card is, how can I care for myself this season? The second card is, how can I care for others this season? And the third card is, what is the biggest lesson I need to learn about care? And what it talks about for this particular spread, it says, this spread is all about helping you start off your season of care on the right foot. It's designed to help you define what care will look and feel like for you this season, so that you can get down to the task of caring instead of just thinking about care. And it says, set goals with care. By drawing cards for the spread, you'll look at 3 crucial aspects of care you need to be clear on as you move into this season: the care you give yourself, the care you give others, and your overarching relationship to what it means to care and be cared for. And then it says, return to care. Care looks and feels different for everyone, and it even looks different for us individually depending on the time of day, week, month, and year. That's why I recommend checking in with this spread regularly throughout your season of care. You can return to the same intention cards frequently and journal about how your relationship with each card is growing and changing throughout. And it goes on with some more information. Then the final thing that it says is, take action. Whether you use this spread once or 50 times, the most important thing that you can carry out of the care that you've learned that you and the people in your life need. Anytime you pull cards for this spread, take 5 minutes to draft a list of small actions you can take to prioritize care in the coming hours, days, and weeks. So I am going to, let me see, open this up, and I'm going to shuffle the cards for us. Let's see. Here we go. And this is the back of the cards. And I'm going to shuffle them and pull out 3 cards and see what we have. These kind of have a rose petal finish. I just love them. Self-care. How can I care for myself this season? How can I care for others this season? What is the biggest lesson I need to learn about care? Okay. Got 1, 2, and 3. All right. Let's see what we've got. The first card is, how can I care for myself this season? Okay, this card says, courage arrives when you step over fear. fear takes a tremendous amount of energy. And, you know, a lot of times we worry, and our worry is fear-based. And, you know, I personally, I don't worry very much because if there's something, if I am concerned about something, what I do is, if I can do something about it, I do it. If I can't, all the worrying in the world is not going to change what's going on. So I would say, as far as self-care goes, that that you have the courage. My son came in, so I had to pause the video. But I was saying that you have the courage to step over your fear. You have the courage to realize that worry is non-productive. And I know this is hard. I mean, it is very hard. I have always trusted. My husband always worried. He worried about everything. Everything. Bless his heart, you know. And, you know, all the worrying in the world, you know, I mean, it just really took a lot out of him, you know. And so when you can, instead of fearing, have the courage to trust. So that is the how can I care for myself this season. The second card, let's see, is for how can I care for others this season? Inner space and universal knowledge. Okay. Here's the card. How can I care for others this season? Well, our inner space is how we nurture ourselves, how we care for ourselves, what we think about, what we dream about. And universal knowledge is the knowledge out there that maybe we haven't discovered yet. That will, once we learn, once we grow, that will become part of our inner space. So regarding other people, I would say that we can be a guiding light and help people as they are on their path. Be the light, and, you know, listen and try and give advice that will nurture them and let them know that you care and that you love them, and bring light into as many lives as you possibly can. I think that's very important. I'm always talking about the light. The third card is, what is the biggest lesson I need to learn about care? And this is, speak your truth with passion. Okay. The biggest lesson I need to learn about care. Speak your truth with passion. You see the light in the throat and how it's radiating outward. Speaking your truth with love and with care has got to show others and yourself that you are growing, that you're caring about yourself, that you care about them. You know, it's so important to care and to have a compassionate outlook. And I think that goes with speaking our truth with passion. and letting people realize that we do care about them, and that we care about their joys and their sorrows, because as we embrace compassion and love and spread it outward, that's the deepest kind of care, I think. And one thing I wanted to do is I wanted to look at the bottom of the deck and see what the underlying energy is of this reading. I always do that. Okay, lost but never alone. Okay. As we care for ourselves in this season that's coming up, we're alone when we're doing that. And this says lost but never alone. I would say that we're never lost. And we're never alone, because we all have Source with us. We have our angels that protect us and guide us. And I think it's important. Well, for me, it's very important to have alone time. I need to work through things. I need to think and take to heart what's best for me, how I can be the best possible version of myself that I can work on. You know, not perfect. I'm not talking about perfection. I'm just talking about embracing what you have and what's inside of you, and growing and learning from it. And to me, that's what this season is all about. And I love this because it's like you're walking a path, and you are walking the path alone. I mean, you know, there's some things that nobody can do for you. You have to do for yourself. And as we walk through our life from the beginning to the end, we can have people around us, but it's our path, and we have to make the decisions of how we deal with what is dealt to us in our life. And I think that's very, very important. And if you take these cards and you look at the light in them, it shows a positivity that we need to embrace. We need to care for ourselves, because, you know, if we don't care for ourselves, I mean, we have family that care for us. Many of us, maybe some of us don't. But if we don't care for ourselves, who is going to do it? Because there is this inner housekeeping that we need to do. You know, I mean, there's all this external stuff that's going on, but when you think about it, it's the internal self that is so important, because that's who you are. And if you're not at home with who you are inside, that's a tragedy. And we need to work on that. We need to be the best we possibly can be. Someone that we can live with, and someone that we can love. Embrace that inner child. Learn. Be joyful. I care for each and every one of you. Namaste, my precious friends. Go in light.